Hey, it's Sharon here from Content Sparks, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can create images for some of your slides for any of our courses or workshops once you have those slide content created. So in this case, I'm going to use a little workshop called Personalize Your PLR that goes with our course on From PLR to Profit. I'll give you a quick look at that here. This is a course called PLR to Profit. Give your audience a simple confidence building system for creating real content offers and results using done for you material. And when you add that to your cart, you see some add-ons, one of which is called Personalize Your PLR, and that's the one we're going to work on today. So let's just take a look at that. There's an add-on page, and here's some information. Now, this particular workshop comes with slides that are in Canva. A lot of ours come in PowerPoint as well. And regardless of what it comes in, it helps to use ChatGPT to come up with some prompts for your slides and then use those prompts in an image creator, an AI image creator. And in this case, I'm going to use Sora, Sora, which is part of the OpenAI ChatGPT platform. And I found it does really well with text and images, though it can be a little bit slow. So this is the ChatGPT conversation I went through to get the prompts. These slides themselves are in Canva. I can show you those as well. And let's just take a look at that. This is the Personalize Your PLR Canva. And to create a PDF from anything in Canva, you just go into Share and then Download, and you can click on PDF and Download. And you will end up with a document that looks like this. So I'm going to open that up, and you'll see it has all these slides. And you can upload this to ChatGPT or maybe get ideas from another AI tool. I'm using ChatGPT because it goes well with Sora. So those are what the slides look like. Keep that file handy. And now let's start going through the conversation in ChatGPT. Now, I have done the conversation already because using Sora or any image editor does kind of slow your computer down a lot. So I will just walk you through it. Here I started with, I need some captivating images to add to my course presentation slides for my workshop on how to personalize your PLR. I'm attaching a PDF of the slides. I only need to add images to the following slides. Now, this helps because otherwise it may create images for tons of slides. So I've just given it a few that I want images for. I said, give me suggestions for images for those 7 slides, include prompts for creating the images in Sora, all in the same style and aspect ratios with my brand colors. This is important because I found when you just ask it to create images, it'll mix them up and give you all sorts of different styles as part of the prompts. So it's given me some ideas. And already I made a mistake, which is I forgot to actually add the PDF and upload it. I've done this before. You may do it. It's easy to just correct it. I just said I forgot to give you the slides, review it, and see if it changes the image ideas and prompts you suggested. So it went through, and for each of the slides I specified, it did give a prompt and an image idea. Female entrepreneur, branding inspiration board for the one on defining a brand voice, side-by-side comparison of stiff generic text versus personalized natural PLR edits, a person marking up or editing content on screen with digital highlights and handwritten notes, soft orange for edits with indigo aqua used in the background or icons, editorial workshop vibe. You can see how detailed it gets. I would never think of being this detailed myself in doing an image prompt. And you may wonder how it knows some of these things like my brand colors, but those are all things you can set up in your customization settings in ChatGPT. So you can add, different traits it should have and other things like your colors and stuff, or you can specify in your image editor. So it gave me all these different prompts, but then I thought, okay, wait, I'm going to need diversity in people because sometimes it can be very stiff and anything with business will present a man in a suit, So I said, how can I make sure the images include diversity of people and not overly businesslike? They should be interesting, but still reflect the content of the slides. And you notice I'm not using very specific language here. It will understand. You can just make it a conversation where you're specific. So it gave some tips on making more diversity, non-corporate, stiff, overly business-like imagery. It gave a variety of tips for how I can adjust my prompts. And that's helpful for the future when I'm doing my own prompts. But in this case, I just want it to do all the prompts for me and redo all of them. And it did ask me if I want that. I said, go ahead. And it went ahead and changed all of the prompts for me. And I could look through it. They all have people in them. It's asking me to generate a sample batch of the prompts or provide alternative versions with more symbolic imagery. I thought, you know what? I don't want so many people in there. It can get to be too much and hard to keep it diverse. So I said, okay, let's do alternate versions as well. And I think a vertical aspect ratio will be better to leave room for other text on the slides. See, I didn't specify the aspect ratio in the beginning, but that's important to do also. And you can set that up in Sora, which I'll show you in a second. It went ahead and it did that. It said it was 3:4 or 4:5 aspect ratio. That's not actually the aspect ratio in Sora, but again, I'll show you. And it gave me new ideas. Flat lay of brand voice board featuring tone descriptors. The language, it tells you what to include, but I can easily change that. Side by side, all different ideas, a digital vault, and so on. And I said, okay, the aspect ratio is actually 2:3. So it updated everything. It does have my codes for all my brand accents, and I could change that also. So it's asking if I want it to actually create the images, but I know that ChatGPT can't do that. It will often ask you if you want it to create, say, a Canva image. Well, it can't actually connect it. So I said, do I need to open Sora and do it myself individually? I just want you to confirm that because things do change often with AI. And it said, yes, I do have to do it myself. It gave me the instructions. It gave me the final prompts. And then I said, do all of those have the same style so that they look consistent visually across all the slides? I'm trying to get my prompts here as precise as possible before I actually generate the images because the image generator is slow. So that's why I'm creating these prompts in ChatGPT first, where it's really fast, and I can refine them so that as little time as possible is spent actually creating the images. And it said great catch. And of course, it had to edit the prompts some more. So it talked about that and what I needed to do and asked me if I wanted all of them in a PDF or text file, which is a great idea because you're going to copy and paste those into the image editor. I said, yes, a text file would be great. Download the prompts, and it gave me a download like this in TXT. It's also easier to edit it here, so I can go through and check each prompt again before I start going through and putting them into Sora. So that was really helpful too. And there was one prompt that I didn't like, but I'll show you why as I go back to Sora. So let's do that now. Here I am. That was the chat I was just going through. And I have this open because I want to show you how to access Sora. And in your ChatGPT, right near the top, so long as you have a paid version, though sometimes they start adding things like this for free. So check your account because it does change. This will open a new tab. You just click on it and it will open the Sora tab. And it will land on a home page like this, images, where you can just get some ideas, other things that people have created. For things that you've created in the past, you can just click on My Media and it'll show everything that you've done that day and previously. These are all things I created with those prompts and doing some remixing of them as well. And you can create folders. So when you're doing something for a specific course, you can just click on New Folder and then give it a name. So here I click on New Folder and title the folder. I did Personalize Your PLR as this particular folder, and these are all the images I created in there. There are 7. I'm just showing you some different versions. Let's go back to my media, and I'll show you what those prompts created. If we go down to the very first one, creative document transformation. There's actually 2 different ones I did here because I did one style and then I went back and I wanted a consistent one. Here's the prompt that I used, and you can actually edit it or hover over it. A digital document surrounded by creative customization tools, sticky notes, etc. And you'll see from here, that's the text file I downloaded, and this is the prompt. All I did was go into Sora. These are the ones it created, but when you're actually in your homepage or media, you'll see right at the bottom here, there is a box to put your prompt in, and you just click and paste it in. You can click and pick your aspect ratio here, 3:2, 1:1, 2:3, vertical, square, or landscape. I had picked that. You can specify how many versions or variations, 4, 2, or 1. If you want to be faster, just do 1 and then edit it. And if you want to play with different styles, there are some presets like film noir, cardboard, whimsical, balloon, cartoon, a few different ones, pixel art, you pick. And there's image or video. I'm just doing images here. Video is a whole nother thing. You would just copy the whole prompt, go back over to Sora, click paste, and then when you click this arrow, it will start creating it. So I'll do that once to show you. And it adds it to a queue right up here. You can see it's creating, so you can continue to work, but it will slow things down, and it tends to only do maybe 2 at a time. So be careful about trying to do too much at one time. And then you can see I took all those different prompts from this document and created different images. You can see that this was one. It created 4 variations that aren't all that different. Then it created the brand voice one, and you can see it got all the spelling exactly right, which is incredible. Things like Dolly in ChatGPT or even Midjourney do not get it. Look how much text is in this image, in the dull and filled with jargon, colorful, clean, and conversational, and it has all the different text precisely spelled, no mistakes at all in any of the stuff that I created. Now let's look at how you can adjust or make some different versions of any of the images if you're not happy with what you created. So first, I hadn't liked this one that it did for the last slide, so I decided to an image that would use my headshot in it or look like it had me in it. So I went back to the chat and I took the prompt it had given me and I said, how can I change this prompt so that it shows me in the picture adjusted to fit the image based on my headshot? And it gave me a whole prompt. This is something that's great to do. You can create different images with you in it. I gave it an image. It gave me a whole prompt. I went into Sora and created that. And it did this, which still didn't really work out very well. So I went back and had it do the original prompt without me as the headshot. Remember, to do that headshot, you can just upload different things. You can click on the plus when you put your prompt in, choose something you already have, or upload from your device, some sort of image. So this other prompt from before, the smiling mixed age group of entrepreneurs, gave me something that was a little too realistic. It didn't have the same style as everything else. So I needed to adjust that. And all you do for that is click on it, and you have a choice of either editing the prompt to create something entirely new or remixing. I clicked on remix, and in this case, I need to just change the style. So I went back to the prompts it had given me that I've used throughout, and I picked out just the part where it says the type of vibe to use or style. And it used the same one in each, and I just copied that. I went back into Sora. It's asking, what I want to change. So I just pasted that in and then clicked on remix. And it's working on that in the background, but I can go back and show you the result that I got. I closed out the image, I click on the Home tab, and these are the different ones that it produced for me, all much better, more in the same style as everything else it had created. So I just picked the one, again, that I liked to add to my folder. I think it was this one. Again, you click on these three little dots and then add to the folder. So in this case, it's personalize your PLR. It adds it. I can go back to that particular project, personalize your PLR, and you can see it's right in there. It's added it in. And I just delete this other one since I'm not going to use it. And then I will have all 7 images. Make sure you download them all to your computer. In this case, I have them all in a folder for that project, all the different images for the 7 slides that I asked for. And then you can just drag and drop them into your Canvas slide or into PowerPoint or whatever slideshow you're using. Remember, you are going to create your prompts in ChatGPT, get them as refined as possible, then create the images in Sora. And you're just going to open Sora in your side menu here in ChatGPT and then go through and work on your different images. So let me know if you have any questions at all and if you have any tips of your own. Take care now.